This will be so. We are using some structures which can be used in all the essays, and these are the highlighted words are the fixed structures which you can use in all the essays. And if you master them, it will become very easy for you to write any essay. So first you wrote the introduction, then the first paragraph where you told why some people think that the earnings of sports professionals are not justified. So we have written this, but this is the side that you are not supporting, right? So whenever you write this kind of an essay, first write a paragraph about the side which you do not support. All right. And then you write a bigger paragraph or two paragraphs to support the side that to write about the side that you support. So यहाँ पर one paragraph, this paragraph is about why some people think that their earnings are less, and then there are two paragraphs which say that, oh, their earnings are justified. Let's see what does this person say about this. There are strong reasons to justify the earnings of sports professionals. Now see, this is what is this sentence is called as what? This sentence is called as theme sentence. What is it called as? This is the theme sentence. As soon as you write the theme sentence, after that you have to write example and explanation. So always start with a theme sentence. There are strong reasons, which means you are going to give what? You're going to give reasons to justify the earnings of sports professionals. Firstly, like a successful businessman, a sports star also needs luck as well as perseverance. So you have used this word perseverance, which is a new word, not very commonly used. But yeah, I mean, you all know, might be you have heard this word, right? Perseverance is hard work and not giving up to achieve the top position. Then you are extending your ideas using further. These are called as devices of cohesion. These make your essay very cohesive. So you are extending your idea using a further or furthermore. Since you have used further, you can use furthermore here. They need to work hard day and night to maintain their position as there is huge competition in sports, right? Then you are using a different type of structure, having achieved such an exception. So, this is a different grammatical structure where you are starting with ing. Having achieved such an exceptional success, sports professionals are revered as role models. What is the meaning of revered? They are treated as, or they are given respect like. So reverence means to pay respect. They are respected as role models. So many companies pay them huge sums to endorse their products. And again, in order to extend your idea, one more way is in other words. So this makes your whole essay very cohesive, isn't it? In other words means you are just restating the point made earlier. In others, our words, we find quite convincing reasons to justify the earnings of sports professionals, So this is a fantastic essay, which is fulfilling all the requirements of an IELTS essay. When you are writing an essay, how should you think? You should think like an examiner. Don't think like a candidate. Think like an examiner. So what does the examiner give marks on? You have to give those evidences. If आपका examiner happy, then marks balle balle, isn't it? So you have to give evidences and you have to empower your examiner to give marks to you. If you commit mistakes, you empower your examiner to deduct marks. So think like that. There are 4 things: task completion, cohesion, coherence, grammar, and vocabulary. Task completion means you have to answer all the aspects of the question. Cohesion, coherence means all these cohesive devices, further, furthermore, in other words. You start with the theme sentence, you extend it like that, isn't it? So that makes your essay very cohesive. And then grammar. So in grammar, you are supposed to use range of structures. Some sentences short, some sentences long. Don't write all the long sentences. जैसे प्रियंका लिखती हैं, लंबे लंबे sentences बिल्कुल नहीं लिखना है. अब ठीक हो गई है वैसे, ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए ना, but fine. So Priyanka, you will be writing short sentences. However, don't write.
Okay, sir.
हाँ जी.
हाँ जी, देखूंगी.
So don't write too many, but then 1 or 2 long sentences just to showcase your ability to write long sentences, but not too many of them.
Okay.
Okay, so in my view, the earning of sports professionals is fully. Now, this is his view. देखो जी, इसने क्या किया, बहुत ही स्ट्रक्चर में लिखा है. पहले उसने ये लिखा, फिर उसने ये लिखा, दूसरे लोग क्या सोचते हैं, और यहाँ पे अपना व्यू दे रहा है ना. One aspect is this, other aspect is, in my view, the earnings of sports professionals is fully justified. Unparalleled success in any field brings a lot of money and respect. So here he has given, smartly given an example. To quote an example, so he has not given an example in this case while he was talking about himself, like his opinion, he has given an example. To quote an example, successful businessmen such as Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, earned a huge amount of money than other professionals. Similarly, successful film stars also earn as much as a successful sports person. Being super successful in any field brings a lot of money and fame with it. So he has equated it with Bill Gates. So although you don't, I mean, when I look at this particular example right now, they were talking about film stars only. So why should you talk about businessmen? The reason he has discussed about businessmen is he is trying to say this similarly thing. What is this? This similarly. So basically, what I'm trying to establish here is that it's not just about sportsmen, right? Businessmen also earn so much, so you can say they also do not deserve. So you cannot say that a businessman does not deserve. So when you say a businessman also deserves, why should a sportsman not deserve? Isn't it? Like a businessman, he has to work hard. So that's why it is written there. Similarly, successful film stars also earn as much as successful sports persons. Or you can say successful film stars and sports persons also earn a lot of money. Being super successful in any field brings a lot of money and fame with it. So basically, this is the crux of the matter which I want to establish here, that being super successful in any field brings a lot of money and fame with it. To conclude, given that, now this is again a beautiful structure. You can always use this, given that. Given that means because of, as, because. So given that becoming a successful sports star requires exceptional talent and hard work, I believe that the earnings of successful sports professionals is fully justified. Or you can simply say, I believe that their earnings are fully justified. That is also okay. I would rather say their.
So, sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, they have made 1, 2, 3, yeah, the four paragraph. After that, the final conclusion. So,
Yes.
if we will write 3 paragraphs, right?
Mhm.
So it will be wrong, or it will also okay, like if we will merge 2 last paragraphs.
Your choice. I would say your choice. But then it is conventional to write the conclusion separately.
Okay.
Because what happens is otherwise this conclusion gets blurred. Here you are expressing your view,
Yes, sir.
and after your view you are writing a conclusion. And as
Sir,
such, conclusion is always supposed to be a very short one.
so
So how many? One, two, three,
agree with
four.
you.
Hmm?
I'm completely agree with you. But my question is the last 2 paragraphs, like not conclusion, except conclusion. The 2 paragraphs
Mhm.
can we merge in one? Like if we will.
No, don't do that, because see, this is, can you see the visual consistency of
Yes,
these
yes, yes.
paragraphs? This
It's
is of
great.
4 5 lines, this is of 4 5 lines, this is of 4 5 lines.
Mhm,
So if you merge these two, this will be of 4 lines, this will be of 8 lines.
mhm.
So that visual consistency, there is a beauty in the essay. It has to be visually beautiful also, isn't it?
Yes, sir. So it's looking yeah, really complete essay. So very we can say the 100% correct.
Mhm.
But my question is, see, is there any hard and fast rule that we have to make 3 paragraphs or four
No, no, no.
paragraphs?
There is no such hard and fast rule. Nowhere have they specified that they have to make 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs or 5 paragraphs. It is
Okay,
entirely upon you.
okay, sir. So
Sir,
nice.
I have one question, sir.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Actually, is it necessary that we need to, in this kind of essays, is it necessary that we need to specify our opinion in the starting of the essay itself, or it is not mandatory to do like that?
It is not mandatory to do like that. It is your choice. But whenever you develop your style, develop one style. So in case you are expressing your opinion, develop that style so that you would be writing very quickly there. You know that at the beginning itself I have to write it. But then, yeah, to answer your question precisely, it is not necessary that you should state your opinion.
One more thing.
Yeah.
How if we write the same words, I mean, repeatedly,
Mhm.
the does it affect the score?
Like, for example, here we have used further again and again.
Normally, sir, myself. I'm lack of words in. I mean, I don't have much words of synonyms and all.
Yeah.
I'll be trying to write the same words. For
Hmm.
that, I got a doubt. I mean,
Yeah,
whether
so
I mean,
don't go for a shortcut. Please try to enhance your vocabulary so that lack of vocabulary does not become an impediment to your success. Because they definitely expect you to use varied, I mean, they expect you to have a rich vocabulary which you can display in your essay. So it's not necessary to use very difficult words, but yes, a little sprinkling of some fresh words which are not used commonly is a good idea. Because see, ultimately, if your essay should be complete, at the same time, it should stand out a little bit, isn't it? Like if there are 300, let's just imagine the scenario. This examiner, the IELTS examiner, would have 200 essays to check in a day, let us say, or 100 essays he has to check in one day, right? So one after other, the essays he would be reading, he would be assessing. Maybe he gives, let's say, 5 minutes to every essay, right? Now, what is the guarantee that he would pay a lot of attention to your essay? Let's say he starts his work at 10 o'clock in the morning and your essay comes at 2:30 p.m. when he is feeling a little sleepy, he has taken his lunch, and just after that your essay comes. So as such, his span of attention is a little low, right? He reads his essay and he does not pay attention to everything, and he gives you some marks. But if you have used some new words, maybe those words catches his attention and you end up getting good marks. There are two people who are going to check your essay though, so it would not be always that there's only one person and his judgment would be final. Your final marks are the is the average of what two people gave. I mean, the average marks of two different examiners. So uh, all those possibilities which I'm saying are kind of ruled out. But then it could happen that both the examiners were sleepy, or one examiner was sleepy and the other examiner had a fight with his wife. So you know you have to take all the things into consideration. It might happen that both the so good words, essentially what I'm trying to say is, good words, or not good words, but some fresh vocabulary is always an advantage. Do you think so? It makes your essay a little unique and it stands apart, isn't it? Like, for example, in the first line we have written, while some people contend that. I could have also said, while some people say that. But contend that is the same thing. But it's a very academic word which fits in so nicely there. And it's not very difficult to remember. If you just read this essay 10 times, you will start remembering these phrases. Just make a list of them, like on a piece of paper, make a list of them and stick it on a wall. So whenever you make your beard in the morning, some people contend that, okay, and whatever words, endorsements and advertisements. So write the whole sentences, make a list. So you can think of how you remember these words. But then I think that's a little bit of a journey that you have to do, a little of work that you have to do, that you start remembering some good words and phrases. But yes, more important than words and phrases is that you should not commit any grammatical error. So I think that answers your question.
yes.
Yes. Any other question we have?
No, sir.
Okay. So the task for you today, what is the time right now? 11:48. You have got 15 minutes. What I want you to do in next 10-15 minutes, why don't you just read this essay once, and your task for tomorrow is to write down all those phrases also. So in this, from this list, I want you to write at least 30-40 phrases. This list, out of this list, I want you to take at least not 30-40 in a day. I think that would be too much. Let's say we do 10 phrases from this, and you write this essay as well. Take this essay now as the first essay that you have to write. You have got some other examples, I mean other homeworks also that you are supposed to write, but write this essay. So this will be good. Let's analyze one more essay very quickly now. And this analysis of essays is also very important. You know that, because it gives you a chance to understand how to think like an examiner. And by checking someone else's essay and evaluating it, you learn a lot about how you should write.
Yes.
Okay, as we discussed in the last class, look at this topic. Whenever you read the topic, try to divide it into two parts. As you can see, I have just entered a line here. This part is the background information, and this part is the question, right? It has a question mark here.
Okay.
So you are supposed to answer the question, read this portion at least 5 times. Right, this is just the background information. To what extent would you support or reject the idea of moving these subjects from the school curriculum? The question is, subjects such as art, sport, and music are being dropped from the school curriculum for subjects such as information technology. Many children suffer as a result of these changes. To what extent would you support or reject the idea of moving these subjects from school curriculum?
Sir, it is quite difficult for me to understand the question actually. I really not able to understand कि question क्या है.
सवाल बोल रहा है कि आर्ट, स्पोर्ट और म्यूजिक को स्कूल में पढ़ाना नहीं चाहिए, और ये पढ़ाना चाहिए इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, इस तरह के सब्जेक्ट जो साइंस बेस्ड सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं, उनको पढ़ाना चाहिए, और आर्ट्स वगैरह को नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए.
Now, to what extent would you support?
हाँ, so this is a very interesting way of asking question. To what extent do you support or reject this idea? So when you say to what extent you support or reject this idea, it is asking you to do a balancing act. It is asking you to say, so yeah, I'll just make a diagram. To what extent means what? So when he says to what extent do you agree or disagree, this is what it means. Just give me 1 minute. So if this is a number line and this is 0, and the question says to what extent do you agree or disagree, or disagree, let us say this is -100, this is 100. अपन थोड़ा mathematics सीखते हैं. All right, and this part represents, let's say, agree, and this part represents disagree. So your essay can be -50, 50, which means it is lying between these two lines. Half that, like you are partially agreeing and partially disagreeing. You say yes as well as no equally strongly, and you maintain a balance that You know, you agree and disagree to the same extent, and you have to then write it in a very balanced way. Some people say that one should stay in a big house, others say that one should stay in a small house or an individual house. Big or small ही ले लो. Big house, others say that one should stay in a small house, right? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, big house, small house, it could be, you might have equal points about it, right?
Mhm.
So if you write one paragraph which is about big house, advantages of it, disadvantages of it, it's saying to what extent do you agree or disagree. So you don't want to give your opinion. It's not strongly asking you to give your opinion, right?
Okay.
You can always then write a conclusion that to conclude, it's a matter of personal choice and how much a person can afford, and different people have different uh, choices. But that looks very, very dull, isn't it?
Mhm.
If I were to write on this, I would rather take one side so that it is reaching to some final conclusion. Because end of the day, it is my opinion. It could be right, it could be wrong. But then when it says to what extent, means on this number line, where is your opinion? I would rather like to have one particular side a little longer. Maybe I say that this is big house, so I'll say maybe living in a big house is a good option. Or if it is a small house, I'll take this 50 and maybe this 80. So this one is 50, this one is 80. So I say that no, one should live in a small house because of so and so reasons. So I'll talk about this thing also, right? One more possibility is there. Since it says to what extent do you agree or disagree, I have every right to completely disagree also. I can say, well, there are people who prefer to live in a big house. As far as I am concerned, I like to stay in a small house because of ABC. This is also fine. So essentially what I'm saying is, in this extent type of essay, you have got complete freedom. You can choose what you want to write. You can completely agree and write about it and do not take this side at all. You can take some side here and rest of it here, or you can take 50-50. My preference is very less towards 50-50. I would rather go with either this or this.
Okay, just like 70-30.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Okay. So good. So this is how you can decide about this kind of essay.
Okay, sir.
So if we go to this essay again, the one we were discussing, I share it again quickly.
Sir, screen sharing is already stopped.
Yeah. So this is the one we were talking about. These subjects, should they be removed? So let us see how this person has written it, and we'll quickly analyze it, and we'll call it a day. Then you will do your homework then. Yeah, so let's read this quickly. Let's first read the introduction. So he has given a neutral. In recent times, the topic of school education has acquired the central stage. Yeah, the debate over. So this is again a very standard line. In recent times, so you should put a comma here. The topic of school education has acquired central stage. Yeah, the topic of school education is very hotly discussed. Is hotly debated. Is a hotly debated one. Right. In recent times, the topic of school education has name is a hotly debated one. One particular issue is whether the introduction of more modern subjects such as IT for, you should put a comma here, for more in traditional subjects such as art and music harm pupil. A deep dive. So basically, he has just copied the introduction. A deep dive into various aspects related to this issue will help us to understand this topic holistically or completely. So this is one standard line which you can always write in all the essays. a deep dive into various aspects related to the issue will help us understand this topic completely. This is one standard line, match fixing line. So now he is giving two reasons. There is one reason, one major argument in favor of replacing art, music, and sport on the curriculum with subjects like IT. So one reason. What is one major reason? It is that the purpose of school is to prepare children for meaningful employment. So the subjects on the curriculum should be relevant to their potential career. So from this point of view, IT is much relevant to school children as they need to be computer literate if they want to survive in the workplace. For example, it is easy to see that word processing and programming skills will impress employers more than the ability to run fast or draw well. Acha, draw well, matlab drawing. So that thing. So he has given an example saying that why IT is better. Then he says there are also strong arguments for retaining more traditional subjects as a part of curriculum. So this is the other side, right? So he has taken a U-turn now. One significant counter argument is, now this is again one good way of putting your thoughts together. One significant counter argument. So argument to de diya tha humne, ab hum counter argument de rahe hain, is that the purpose of education is not just to prepare children for later careers, but also to develop their all-round personality. It is important that children leave school with some knowledge of art, music, and sport, as all these help develop aspects of young people's personalities. Again, very, very structured. The third paragraph is my point of view. So, this is a like very robust essay. All the points are covered. My point of view is that there is merit in both sides of the debate and that all children should study some IT, art, music, and sport, or at least at the primary school level, primary school stage. At primary school level or stage, that word would be good here, right? So he's saying study everything during the primary school. At secondary school, however, children should be offered a choice between these subjects so that they can continue to study them if they wish to. So he has kind of done a balancing act and saying that both options should be there. The bottom line is dropping arts and music altogether from school curriculum is not a good idea. So आखिरी में जाके now he is very one-sided, and he is kind of now narrowing down and telling that boss, it's not a good idea at all. So he has given his conclusion. They must be taught at least in primary schools. So this is a very strong and clear thought process. So he said, this is also one way of an essay. An essay is basically an analysis or a neutral analysis first, and then a very pointed conclusion. Do you see this? That he has done a very neutral analysis. Here he says why others say this, and why should other subjects should be there, and then he has given my opinion also. So this is a very good way. I would like you to take this as a standard essay, a very nicely drafted essay with all the aspects of the question very nicely built, and then finally a very narrowed down and very pointed conclusion. The bottom line is dropping arts and music altogether from school curriculum is not a good idea. So this is very, very loud and clear that we are able to see what is his side of the argument. So this is a judgment. At the end, he has given the judgment like a court case. तेरी भी सुन ली, इसकी भी सुन ली, अपनी भी सुना ली, and then I am giving you a judgment. They must be taught at least in the primary. So this is a very nice essay on this. So I think the crux of the matter is once you develop these kind of skills of balancing out your writing, rest of the things are not that important. I mean, most important is how you write a very balanced structure where you do see, it's not very loud. Can you see this? The topic, the tone of all the paragraphs is very subtle and very logical. It is not driven by emotions. It is driven by very cold logic. this is this, this is this, this is this, and then there is a final conclusion.
Yes, sir.
This is what you are supposed to maintain in your writing. Maintain a very academic and subtle tone, and then write about your, narrow down after every paragraph and write a very crisp and clear conclusion. All right?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to write these two essays. Take them as a sample. There are lots of learning from these two essays. Once you learn these phrases and you like write down 5-6 essays like this, you would be in position to analyze and write on any topic. All right? So you have got quite a lot of homework now, but then I would like you to do this first now. Do the rest of the part later. This is the thing which I want you to do for today, and you write this essay and send it to me. Like this, see, as I was, I'm just repeating, although you are looking at the essay and writing. So this is not something which you are writing on your own, but still there are lots of learnings in this format. In this practice, when you take some samples, you understand the sample and you rewrite it. So, you develop this confidence. So when you write there, you would know how to draft your essay, how to answer these kind of questions. So please write these essays and send them to me.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other questions we want to discuss today?
No, sir.
All right. Have a fantastic day then. And I'll upload this also. Yeah.